Well, the Christmas season is upon us again, and throughout the year, I get a lot of emails from fans asking which my favorite NES games are. So for this episode, I thought I'd take 5 of my favorites and do a short review on each. So, let's get started. The first game on the list is Contra. And even though I did a very thorough review of this game at the beginning of the year, I don't think I really have to go much into detail here. This game is pretty much your basic run around and shoot the hell out of everything that moves kind of game. Even though it's a pretty cool one-player game, it's even better if you're playing with a friend to help you out. So Contra is pure awesome. The next game on my list is Castlevania. This one's a classic, and it's also one of the first games I ever owned for the NES. This title is about a vampire hunter going to Dracula's castle in order to kill some vampires. Now this one can be a bit challenging. I mean, it took me forever to figure out how to kill off the first boss. Now I do plan on doing a review of this game in the future, and going more in depth on the gameplay. But Simon Belmont still remains one of my favorite NES characters of all time. And I've also heard rumors that a Castlevania movie might be coming out in the future. And if that's true, I think a Castlevania movie would be frickin' awesome. The third game on my list is Kirby's Adventure. This little pink ball of fluff runs around each level and consumes enemies in order to steal their power. All the enemies in this game are very unique, and there are tons of worlds for you to explore. This concept was an instant hit. It really worked well. So well, in fact, that they ended up making a lot more games featuring Kirby, and even a hit TV show. But even after all these years, I still find myself playing this one over and over again. This game is an instant classic. Now the fourth game on my list is a little game called Kid Icarus. Now this one might not be a real fan favorite for a lot of people out there, but it's definitely a classic for me. Your main goal is to keep ascending higher and higher until you reach the top. But each time you jump higher, the bottom of the board keeps getting swallowed up, making your job much more difficult. Now this game can be really challenging, so I do like using a Game Genie to help me play through this one. I'm sure there's going to be some elite gamers out there complaining about how I'm using a Game Genie for this game. Well, you know what? Fuck them! Because even with the Game Genie, this game still proves to be very challenging. So Kid Icarus is definitely one of my favorites. And the last game on my list is a game called Super Mario Bros. 3. If you weren't around when this game came out in the 80s, I can't begin to tell you how much NES owners anticipated the release of this title. It was insane. Of course you couldn't find the damn thing for months at retail stores, and I had to be put on a waiting list that was 2 months long just to rent the damn thing from the rental store. This game really broke the mold of NES games, and with all the new enemies and power-up items, this game was highly sought after. Now they did end up re-releasing this game on the SNES on the Super Mario All-Stars edition. This contained a lot of graphical upgrades, which makes this game look a whole lot better. And if you ask me, I actually prefer this one over the NES version. Now there are a lot more NES games out there that I enjoy playing from time to time, like Ikari Warriors 2 and Metroid. But the 5 in this video were simply my top 5. So, there you have it. Now I do have another episode of the Irate Gamer Show coming in the near future. But until then, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Merry Christmas from the Irate Gamer Show.